I played semi-pro. I signed when I was 20. That's the only thing I did my whole life with hockey. Like, I was not a business guy at all. It was just straight NHL or bust, and got pretty close, and then had a pretty big injury. So that's kind of what landed.
Yeah, concussion, right?
Yeah. I was in a fight, and I fought a lot too. And then,
really?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Adam Chapman here today from Canada. Welcome to America. Welcome to Vegas.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Is this your first time in Vegas?
First time in Vegas, yes.
What are you liking about it so far?
Well, you had a really good event last night. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all we've done so far. Headed your event. It was a lot of fun. A lot of cool people there.
Yeah. We were talking outside. You met all sorts of people, right?
Yeah. We met an F3 driver last night. Some guys in the online space. Yourself. It was a really cool event.
Absolutely. Anyone recognize you from your viral videos?
Yeah. Just one guy was trying to convince me that we went out in Vegas together, and then he pulled up my Instagram. He's like, "Oh, you're the Christmas light guy." That's what I say. Yeah. So.
Was that your first viral video, the Christmas light stuff?
No. The first stuff that started going viral was driveway sealing. It's like seal coating. Yeah.
And you made money off that and just filmed you like performing that on other people's driveways, right?
Yeah, well, it kind of started with just me filming it for my actual company, Pad Pal, filming videos, and then a bunch of guys started reaching out to me from all over the place, asking for help with their business. And for me, at least, it was a lot of older guys in the industry, like 65-year-old guys. So it was just kind of cool to talk to other people that were looking at home services that weren't old, and then kind of spilled into creating more and more content.
Damn, I didn't know the industry was that old. It's ran by older people.
Yeah, it's a very old industry. It's a very, let's see, like a little bit more unprofessional. So being a young guy in it and meeting other young guys in it's a lot of opportunity for us. Yeah.
Do you think it's because our generation's a little lazier?
100%. Yeah. Like everyone wants to be like a TikTok star or do drop shipping or Amazon FBA, whereas no one wants to go and kind of get their hands dirty and put in the hard work.
Yeah, or a podcaster.
Yeah.
I get asked every damn day, yo, how can I start a podcast?
Yeah. Well, they think it's easy. Nothing's easy, but that's a little bit more sexy to be a podcaster than a home service guy.
Yeah, but these jobs are needed, man. I mean, they're not going away. AI's not at the point where it can replace them yet.
No, and it's one of those things where I know everyone's afraid of AI for everything, but a lot of these services, I just can't see it being a priority of things that AI is taking over. Maybe it's going to help make it more efficient for business owners, but the actual physical labor is not going anywhere, no.
Yeah, hanging Christmas lights, that'd be very hard for an AI to do. I know there are robots now, though. Elon Musk dropped one.
Yeah.
Did you see that one?
Yeah, his little, he did a whole release of a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I saw that. But then again, you want to think of like application of if they're going to have all that technology, is it going to be for something like Windows or Christmas lights? Probably not. It's going to be in a different field, I'd imagine, that's going to be more lucrative than these types of things.
Yeah. And I love what you teach because it's so relatable and you don't need tons of money to get started. You started with $0, right?
Yeah. So I started with basically ground zero. I was sleeping in my car and then I went door to door, collected deposit money, used that money throughout the winter to buy my equipment. And then that was almost 9 years ago now.
Damn. What was the first equipment you bought?
First equipment was a squeegee and a scrubber. I didn't have any of the fancy stuff. It was just like a bucket, some rags, really the basics. I started with window cleaning and then just kept reinvesting back in my business.
Those window cleaners make decent money though.
Yeah. Window cleaning is an awesome gig because it's cheap to get started with and it's scalable and easily can do about $1,000, $1,500 a day by yourself. So
what type of buildings were you doing that for?
Residential.
Okay.
So we do some commercial stuff, but the biggest one we got into is residential.
There's some that do skyscrapers. I'm like, dude.
Yeah, we're into that.
Yeah, I'm good on that one.
Yeah, no, I would.
They probably make more, but the risk.
Yeah, and that's very uncompetitive. Like there's not enough companies that do it, but that's not a route we're going to go down.
Yeah, the liability probably is just insane. You know, if you're up that high. I remember being on the 40th floor once and I saw someone outside like, dude, that is crazy.
Yeah, it's like those guys that do the free solos up the building and stuff.
Oh, that documentary was my favorite one. What was that guy's name? The free climber. Alex Honnold.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, that was nuts.
And then I saw that one with the boyfriend and girlfriend. It's on Netflix now. They're like, I forget what it's called, but they're like going up like the Dubai buildings and stuff, like no harnesses. It's
what? Yeah. That is crazy.
Like sweating watching it.
You ever do crazy stuff like that?
Crazy stuff like that. No, I love swimming and jumping off cliffs and stuff.
All right. Cliff jumping is pretty wild.
Yeah,
what's the highest cliff you've jumped?
Probably probably like 50 feet or something like that.
I've done 40, and that was pretty scary.
Love throwing the gainers off.
Yeah. I had a fear of heights, and I was in Jamaica. I'm like, let me just conquer this. I was like, I'm not going to look before I jump. I'm just going to jump off.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, tough landing, though. Shit hurt, to be honest. But there was an 80-foot cliff there, and like the guys. Shout out to today's sponsor, Specialized Recruiting Group. Navigating the professional job search is hard. You know the perfect job is out there, but you're not sure how to find it. The good news is you don't have to go at it alone. You just need Specialized Recruiting Group. You can connect with them at srgpros.com. They're here to guide you and help you find a role that fits, all without costing a dime. They're offering a tailored approach to find your next role at srgpros.com and help you get on the right course. Your local Specialized Recruiting Group team knows which businesses are hiring and can offer you a path to contract and full-time roles. If you don't see the role you are looking for on their website, Specialized Recruiting Group also recruits for confidential roles, so give an office near you a call to learn more. Take the next step in your career by starting at srgpros.com. Teaching everyone, we're jumping off that one and doing backflips. I'm like, dude, that's wild. But cliff jumping is fun. You do a lot of stuff in nature?
A lot of stuff in nature. Not too much. I like getting away and going down south and taking the winters, I call it off, I guess, but working on the business while my guys are kind of taking care of the lights and stuff, taking them down. But yeah, I love going swimming and stuff like that, getting out of Canada for sure.
It's cold out there.
Yeah, it's already snowing and blowing, so it's nice to get down here.
There's spots to swim out there though?
Kind of a little bit, like lakes and stuff, but it's only good for like July or else it's pretty cold.
Yeah. You like the US better overall?
Yeah, I love the States.
So you want to move here?
Yeah, it's either gonna be Florida or Texas.
Okay.
Well, Las Vegas is pretty nice so far.
Yeah, it's hard to be Vegas. That process is hard, I heard.
Yeah, I have a company that's kind of like down to get my visa and do that with me if I wanted to.
Yeah,
kind of looking into that.
I just met someone and he said it was like $8,000 or something, and that's a lot for most people. So
yeah, definitely for a lot of people, but it's definitely a lot of opportunity here too, and coming down and meeting a lot of successful people, and yeah, it's definitely the move, I think.
You think your business is replicatable in the US?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So we haven't started franchising. It's something that we've considered, but for my online stuff, everyone just kind of copies and pastes what I do in Canada, in Ottawa, Canada, and we have guys in Florida, California. We have a couple guys in Vegas as well. Copy paste the same systems, the same strategies, and they're doing really well.
Wow. So, yeah, I guess it's needed everywhere, right? A lot of people celebrate Christmas, so they need the Christmas lights getting hung, and there's no one really teaching that.
Yeah. Well, we teach a variety of services. So like, and that's the other thing that comes into play is like where you are. So people that are like in California or Florida, anything on the coast, like soft washing is a big service.
Soft washing?
Yeah. So it's like you're cleaning the roof with like chemicals. Or like, so that's a big thing. Whereas where I am, it's not really a big thing. So different places have different services that are more needed or more popular. Whereas there's our services that are the same everywhere. Like window cleaning is going to happen in Vegas. It's going to happen in everywhere. Same thing with the lights. We do the Christmas lights, permanent lights.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's, depending on what people want to do. I talk a lot about service stacking. So what we'll do is get a client for window cleaning, and then we'll upsell them gutter cleaning, and then get them on Christmas lights. And now that one customer spending $2,000 a year, you do a good job, do what you're supposed to do, and they'll come back.
Yeah. Dude, my handyman is booked all day, every day. It's nuts.
Yeah.
$60 an hour, and he's just booked all friggin' day.
Yeah. Just people don't want to do it. And people that are doing it, as long as you do a good job, like people stay loyal because everyone's been burned or like kind of stood up by a contractor or by a company. So it's unlike other industries, you can kind of just do the basics and really stand out. So if you take it above that, it's the world is yours.
Facts. Sure. Plus the marketing is all word of mouth. So like if you do good work, people are going to refer you business, right? Yeah. I've sent a ton of referrals.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, man.
Yeah, but there is that negative stigma with contractors for sure. Yeah. Because it's always like they give you that initial quote and it's never that.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of these guys can charge, and they know that. Like if they're really good at doing like pavers and stuff, they'll be booked out for a year. So they have that take it or leave it kind of mentality sometimes.
I remember when I got my house, this one guy wanted to charge me like $10K to replace the AC units, and they were all like fine.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude.
Yeah. You do got to be careful, and that's why I tell guys to like build up a good Google reviews, build up a presence, and do the right things. It's going to pay off in the long run.
Yeah. So when did Home Service University start? Because you've been doing this for 9 years, you said, right?
Yeah. So I've been doing my own company for almost 9 years now, and I started Home Service University about 2 years ago now. And it's I feel like it's as lame as it sounds. I feel like that was like why I was put on planet Earth. It's really cool to see guys from all over the place, and some guys come in and they're struggling, and to see them a year later be able to go from either losing their job or maybe only making like $40K a year to working for themselves, making $100,000 a year, being able to have their wife at home with the kids. So about 2 years doing the home service university, but it's 2 years of 24/7 obsession. So it's moving quick.
Yeah, it's cool. You were saying you got some testimonials already. People in Cali you're visiting.
Yeah. So we're going to California on Sunday to go visit 2 of my students. So it's a husband and wife combo. We don't have a lot of those, so it's kind of cool dynamic. Husband and wife, we were kind of doing it as a bit of a side hustle. The wife quit her job to do more of it, and then now this summer her husband quit, and now their dream was to have a business together, and they're doing about $25,000 a month. And
damn.
Yeah. There's plenty of money in the home services, so they're making more money and they're working together, and then also like, have control of their time. So
25 a month. Is that just off one service, or did they kind of do everything?
Yeah. So 25,000 a month, that's what you can do for like a 1 or 2 person crew. And that's pretty standard across the board for like window cleaning or gutter cleaning. Right now they're doing Christmas lights. You can make more with Christmas lights. So it'd be interesting to check in on them tomorrow and see if they're.
So I've never paid for that, like Christmas lights. What are people paying for that for their house?
So we started at $1,000 minimum.
Whoa.
Service. Yeah.
People pay $1,000 for Christmas lights?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Well, it's an experience. So it's not just like hardware store lights. Like we use commercial grade lights. We make it like really, really, really nice. And yeah, like our average ticket at my company last year was $1,800.
Damn.
Yeah. And
that's nuts.
And we lease the lights too. So it's like a rental basically.
Okay.
So they're just paying for the service.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So they don't even own the lights.
No.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
What a business model.
Yeah. It's very lucrative. Like my company this year will do about $250,000 and just Christmas lights.
Damn.
Yeah.
So October, November, December, right?
Yeah. October, November, right through December. Yeah.
So it's not even like a year. It's just 3 months you're doing that revenue.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And we have some people in home service university that have like normal jobs, and then they always take all their time off in the fall and make a bunch of money with Christmas lights. Yeah.
Damn. It probably does take a long time to hang them though on the house.
It depends on what exactly you're doing, but like when I send out 2 guys, my goal for them is to do $5,000 of jobs a day. So
wow.
It's either like 2 jobs or sometimes 3 jobs. We have some residential clients that would be 1 full day at their house, 5,000.
That's impressive. You ever get into moving?
Moving and
yeah,
stuff?
like moving house to house, moving company?
Oh, no.
Nah?
That would be moving sucks.
Really?
Well, I don't know if the business model sucks, but personally,
personally, yeah, we can all agree on that.
Yeah.
I just asked because I paid this moving company like it was like $1,500, $2,000 just to move. I was like, damn, I wonder what their margins are on that.
Yeah, it's just labor, right?
Just labor, right? Yeah, there's no really. I guess the truck, but
yeah, and the other thing that's beautiful too is you could like I tell guys, like, get creative. Like if you want to start a moving company, you could find the lead, quote the job, and then go rent a truck and get a buddy and start building it up from there. So yeah, the margins would be good.
Absolutely. Do you have a process for finding leads using social media?
For my pad pal and stuff? Yeah. So I started the business off door to door because I was broke. I had no money. And it's awesome. I love door to door because you can start from zero and make $1,000. Like I could leave this podcast today, and just because I have the skill set, I could come home with $1,000 easy, like from window cleaning. But I tell guys to build up your brand name, do it right, like get that repeat business. And then that's kind of what we do. And then as well as you can do Facebook ads, Google ads, yard signs. Yard signs, people find it surprising if they never called a yard sign before, but yard signs, people call yard signs and they work really well.
What?
Too. Yeah, like those signs that you'll see on the side.
People actually call those?
People actually call those all the time.
No way.
Yeah.
That's like a billboard to me. Like I've never bought off a billboard.
I promise you, man. Like especially when it comes to Christmas lights, like we give in Home Service University, we give them everything at PadPal that my company does. And we have these yard signs that are like 12 by 18. It just says holiday lighting, phone number, and guys get phone calls before they even get home from putting the signs
What?
out. Yeah.
Is that a Canada thing, you think, though?
No, everywhere.
Everywhere?
All over Canada, the States. Maybe some places are not as popular, but every single one in Home Service U, if I open up the app right now, it's like you type in sign, got the job from yard sign, got the job from yard sign.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I guess it depends on the industry. Like if someone did that for something else, it probably wouldn't work.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like it works for windows and stuff. Of course, other people that have those windows and gutters is more popular, but when you have that the holiday lighting sign, just it's a money printer, man. Like a sign's going to cost you like $1 and then a job's $1,000. Like you can't get that ROI on Facebook ads or anything.
Yeah. Gutter cleaning. I didn't know the money was that big in gutter cleaning. My parents used to get that when I lived in Jersey.
Yeah. So like the kind of like standard rates, like window cleaning, you're going to be about $250 a job. Gutter cleaning about $250, $300. Christmas lights is $1,000. Soft washing about $750. Depending on like driveway sealing, you're about $500 for driveway sealing. Yeah. So the money's there.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Which ones do you lean towards out of all those?
My favorite service is holiday lighting.
Okay.
It's high ticket, recurring. It's very sticky. Like unless a customer moves, they come back.
Yeah.
Second after that, maybe the seal coating. You can get pretty big into parking lots and stuff like that. I'd say those are my favorite two. They all have their kind of like pros and cons, I guess, as well.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many ways to make money. I saw people flipping Christmas trees last year. That was pretty viral.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Nuts.
flipping Christmas trees. Like and that's the other thing too is like my company PadPal. I could go tomorrow and launch PadPal painting because we don't do painting right now. Send out an email campaign and we'd be booked out for months because even though we've never done painting, they know what to expect when they contact my company and they work with PadPal. They want us to do everything for them.
Wow. So you got a great reputation.
Yeah, it's been a lot of work and but we have a good reputation.
How do you handle like angry customers?
That's a good question.
You just refund them or what?
Try not to too much. But yeah, we do always make sure that our customers are happy because like I said, it's a lifetime customer, right? So if they're getting their gutters clean and there's treats around, they're going to do it next year. So sometimes, like if you need to like waive a service or something like that, absolutely. We do pretty good though, especially now that I've gotten my hand on it.
Yeah.
When I first started out, of course, had more issues and stuff, but and people are pretty understanding for the most part as well. Yeah. So.
I've only had 2 in the past few years, but I just refund them both because I don't want them like bad mouthing me. Like reputation's super important these days. So
yeah. Oh yeah, reputation's more important than the couple $100. So
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
And some customers, I know there's that saying like you should always like do right by them, but at a certain point, like they're taking a little too far. I'm just gonna refund you so we don't have to do business together.
Yeah, I think that maybe even more so when it comes to someone's house sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Like, geez, do that while you're here. Do this while you're here sometimes. So. Yeah, you gotta kind of keep an eye on it. But if you're kind of marketing yourself to the right clients and charging a premium price for your service, I always enforce that on guys. Like teach guys like, hey, charge a premium price so you can pay your guys well, you pay your workers well. They're gonna do a good job. They're gonna stay, and then your customers are gonna come back.
You get for what you pay for.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like you should never, especially for your house, you should never go with the cheapest quote you get.
Definitely not.
Because you're gonna get the worst quality work for the most part.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, or they're uninsured and then they get injured and that's you and the homeowner. So
yeah, I usually pick like the middle one.
Yeah,
I'll get like at least 3 quotes and I'll pick the middle one for the most part.
Yeah, it's a good way to go.
So you played hockey and you were really good.
Not decent enough, I guess. Yeah, so I played semi-pro. I signed when I was 20. That's the only thing I did my whole life was hockey. Like I was not a business guy at all. It was just straight NHL or bust, and got pretty close and then had a pretty big injury. So that's kind of what landed in the services.
Concussion, right?
Yeah. I was in a fight and I fought a lot too. And then
really?
Yeah. So I was in a fight and a guy had my helmet off and I hit my head off the ice, having convulsions for like 3 days. Yeah.
Holy shit! So he like flipped you?
Yeah, you got like a 16-game suspension because you're not allowed to do that. Like it's just like physics. Like if someone's on skates and you push them and pull their pants like this, they're gonna flip. And then I didn't feel anything at the time. Like I got up and then I was in the change room after. It was like right at the end of the game and the coach was talking and then I just started like convulsing.
Holy crap!
Yeah, so I was 20 years old. Thought I was like this close to going to the next step of my first year of playing pro, and next thing you know, I'm being told by the team doctor, hey, like you're not playing hockey here for at least another year. And then the team, it's pro, it's a business. They said, hey, see ya. Like, good luck. Hope you get better. And
damn, that's insane, dude. So that was probably the lowest point of your life, right?
Oh, yeah. I've definitely had not the easiest upbringing and stuff, but like when I'm in the middle of Georgia from Canada and sleeping in the back of a car, I was definitely, and didn't know anything about anything in life, just hockey. I was definitely questioning what I should do.
Right, because you put all your eggs in that basket.
Every single thing I knew was hockey.
There was no backup plan. And then when that got taken away, you were probably like super lost. Yeah. Didn't know who to talk to, right?
Yeah, it was very dark for sure. I didn't really have anywhere to go either. Like my mom was living with my great grandma at the time, like an old age home. And yeah, so it's technically like I guess homeless for like a month.
And you were in Georgia, you said?
I was in Georgia at the time, yeah.
Wow, that is crazy. So what were like the steps you took from there to get out of that funk?
So the way it works in Canada is like, well, I guess for hockey wise is you play major junior, so that's like semi-pro, I guess that would be considered. And then after that, the universities try to get you in Canadian universities because you can't go to the States anymore to do D1 because you're paid to play. So they try to like poach all the guys when they're 20. And my brother and I were the same age. We went in the summer and just did a bunch of school tours just kind of get the money and have fun for the weekend and then leave.
Yeah.
We were both going pro anyways, kind of idea. And one of the schools reached out to me during that time and said, hey, we saw you got injured. Come here. We'll pay for your rehab. We'll give you somewhere to stay. And I was like, might as well at least have somewhere to stay. So I went there. I started doing my rehab. And that's kind of the full circle of how I ended up getting into the home services. Was a really bad concussion. Was really wondering if there's any real point of life anymore to falling into the home service space to being the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Wow. So that school saved you.
Yeah. Everyone at that school was awesome. Like the people at the hockey team were good. The team doctor was really awesome. My physio. I didn't do anything that rest of that year. So I took the rest of that year just to do rehab and stuff. And then the next year I went back to hockey at university, did academic all Canadian, which is good grades essentially. And you did a lot of points. And then did hockey for the rest of my university career. But my main focus at that point, I really knew that I liked business more than sports because everything is in your control.
Right.
Whereas in sports, unless you're a superstar, there's so many things that are out of your control. Whereas business, if you suck, it's your own fault.
Facts. Yeah. Because sports, especially team sports, you can only contribute X amount of percentage, right?
You can only contribute so much. Like like for all you know, like you're on a bad line or you get benched or you get hurt or you get traded. Like there's so many, especially when I was playing pro, you'll see guys are on like NHL two-way deals. So they need to be the one that's getting the most ice time so that they can get pulled up.
Right, politics.
Yeah, there's a lot of that, especially when it comes to pro. And like a lot of things are out of your control too.
Yeah, I think you would like chess. I know we were talking out there about chess because if you lose chess, it's your fault.
Yeah.
It's not like some lucky thing happened.
Yeah, I love chess.
Yeah, and that's the same thing with business too. And a lot of people aren't good at business, let's be honest. It's not for everyone.
Facts.
I mean, I think 95% fail? Something crazy like that.
I have no idea, but it's I look at business like this, at least for what I know I don't know every single industry, obviously, but for home services and stuff like that, like as long as you stay consistent with it and don't give up, I think that's where most people fail. I know that stat, like a lot of businesses fail, but how many people that you know at least that put in like a half-assed effort and that technically counted as a business?
That's true, yeah. Opening up an LLC and then not doing anything.
Yeah.
They probably count that as a fail, but they never even tried.
Yeah, or they don't try long enough. I think people underestimate how much it takes to get as far as some people do. Like when you say people come to the podcast because they see you, they see the studio, they see who you are now, but they don't see you tripping over your words and having a hard time even knowing what to talk about and figuring out your audio for the first time and sticking with it.
Yeah, plus the 7 years of personal branding and personal development before that.
Yeah.
Even getting to that point.
It's like when people see me now, like it's weird because they don't know my whole, like they assume that I like came from money or a super smart guy or anything like that, whereas it's not the case. Or like my first business vehicle is a 2003 Chevy, the same 2003 Chevy Malibu I was sleeping in.
Wow.
The next one was a 1972 F-150 that was just enough money to like get enough jobs done to get a nicer one, and then kept upgrading. Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, raised by a single mother too, right? Same here.
Yeah. Good for you, man.
Yeah, it was tough at the time, for sure. Felt pretty lost, especially in sports, like not having that father figure. I was super like passive.
Bro, it's such a helpful thing if you have like a father that's involved for the kids playing sports and like can give some influence. Like I had no idea how it worked. Like my mom just said work hard and like basically like go to the NHL and work hard, but I didn't really know how the whole process worked. So yeah, I admire that you got that far and done well for yourself, man.
Yeah, no, for sure. Shout out to my mom. She did her best. But yeah, my mentality was just so timid. I was shy. I didn't have that confidence growing up.
Yeah.
But it sounds like you had some, right? With the hockey stuff.
Had some confidence?
Yeah.
It's just the only, it was just the only thing that I looked at I remember being young and being like, hey, like I don't want to have a life like this one day. So hockey is the only way to get rich is what I was believed. So being really good at hockey was something kind of like escape everything else that's going on. And I just saw it as a way to like be able to like one day take care of my mom. And like when I have kids and stuff, I want to have a better life for myself.
Yeah, that was your outlet to escape.
Yeah, it was hockey.
Who initiated the fights mainly? You said you got in a lot.
I find people always find this funny when I tell them this, but some of them are really like, I don't want to say set up, but you know you're going to fight. Like it's before the game. Like if you're like doing warm-ups, you'll see you guys talking at the red line. Like that guy's tough. I want to fight him. And then you'll go up and say, hey man, you want to fight? And I'm like, yeah, sounds good, bro.
What?
Like, it's very chill like that sometimes.
Really?
Yeah. Like when I'd be in junior, the times like, hey man, let's fight. They'd be like, no man, come on, man. Like, he's like, no. man, like your coach will love you. You haven't played in like fucking 5 minutes. Like, let's go. Okay, fine. And then you fight, and then you're paying box. Hey, man, thanks. I needed that. Like
what?
It's very like that. Sometimes they're very intense and like mad and all of that. But a lot of times it's like, you're on a away game, or like, let's say you're on a away game, you're down 2-0. The other team's tough guy knows that someone else on their team is going to come up and say, hey, bro, fight. And it's like, he owes you one, because next time that their team will need momentum, he'll ask you to fight, and you fight him back.
Oh, so it's like a momentum shifter. That's why people do it?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I never knew that. I always see them on TV. I'm like, what's the reason for this?
If you were watching an NHL game and someone just like drops the gloves and start fighting and it's random, it's because someone that's on the team that doesn't have momentum went out and said, hey, can you help us out? Fight me. And then that's kind of how it starts. Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah. So you made a full recovery though from that brain injury?
Yeah. Yeah. It was a big process. Did a lot of stuff for that, but made a full recovery. But I just didn't want to continue. I finished my university, because you don't quit what you start. So I finished my university, finished with the hockey team. But then as soon as I was done, I just doubled down on the business, because like I said, I realized that I didn't love hockey. I just thought it was a way to one day provide life and be able to take care of my future family. And then when I saw that in the window cleaning and these simple services, I just doubled down. So as soon as I graduated, that's when I first added Christmas lights and really took my business to the next level.
Nice. So you've been doing that business for 9 years. How long did it take to get to 6 figures in revenue with that business?
2 years. My second year. Yeah.
That's quick.
Yeah. So my first year I did 55,000. But that was from April until mid-August, because I was in university. So then we have training camp and stuff. And then my second year, we did the 140. And then by university and graduating, we about 260.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really impressive, dude. For real. I mean, not a lot of businesses you could start within 2-3 years do that type of number.
Yeah. So if you're doing a home service business, if you're doing it full time, like a good benchmark to hit for yourself, if you're doing the right thing, should be 100,000 your first year.
First year?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
100,000 revenue for first year. Good margin if you're doing it yourself. You're working hard, of course, but that's like a solid like first year if you're going to start in January or February. And
yeah. I mean, average salary in the U.S. is, I think, $50K. So
yeah, you can do a lot better for yourself just doing these simple jobs. Like,
you got to get your hands dirty, though. That's the thing. That's the difference.
Yeah, that's the only thing that which a lot of guys now I think are starting to open up and like see how much opportunities there. But we had a guy just before I came in here, I was looking. We have our app for Home Service U. A guy said, "Hey, I've done 54,000 this year in Christmas lights." And I remember that guy when I first met him. He was like, "Yeah, I work for a marketing agency. They haven't fired me yet, but I feel like it's coming." And then he ended up getting fired, but he started his business ahead of time.
Smart.
Outside of it. Yeah.
So it's smart to probably do this on the side at first.
It's a good, depending on what you're doing in life. Like, it's something that I always tell people, you want to do it right, like build up your brand, like do it right, do it for the long term. But yeah, you can start it up on the side. We have a lot of guys that do it on the side of their 9 to 5 to start. And yeah, like I was just in Colorado visiting a guy. He has 4 kids and a 9 to 5, but he's like, "It's not going to leave anything behind for my kids. I want to build something." He started doing his Christmas light business this year. He's doing a massive mega church the other day.
Damn. Yeah, those churches got money.
Bro, I've never seen that in Canada. It was nuts. Yeah.
That was in LA?
Yeah, there's the Range Rover parked out front, the G-Wagon
Oh,
parked out
classic. Yeah, that's not in Canada.
Yeah, that was in Colorado. Yeah. Yeah, massive church.
Yeah. I got to bring this up because you said this outside. Canadian jobs. So 25% of Canadian jobs are for the government.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah.
You think that's too high, right?
It's makes a very slow moving society for sure.
Yeah, so people are just comfortable.
Yeah, comfortable enough. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm not happy. I'd say comfortable or, yeah. Like
being an entrepreneur, there's probably like looked down on almost.
Yeah, if you stand out a lot, like if you're flashy, especially like kind of, I'm in Ottawa, like it's not something that's celebrated. Like when you're here in Vegas and in Miami, like you see people are doing big things. I wouldn't even as much celebrate as people are interested and want to learn more and stuff. Whereas in Canada, it's much more
closed off.
Play it a bit more low key for sure.
There's parts of Europe like that too. It's just like, I hear all the time America's like the best entrepreneurial country, and we live here, so we just don't know what else is out there, you know?
You guys are hungry. You guys are go-getters. Like I'll talk to a guy from the States that's like, "Yeah, man, like my girl just left me. I have $5,000 for my name. I hate my job. I just need a change in life." And then they'll be like, "Cool, let's start my home service business." And then a year later, they're putting up numbers and hiring workers and like going after it. Whereas like, yeah, a lot of guys from Canada are very like, risk adverse and want to really like take their time with things.
Damn, that's wild. It's so close to here too. It's not even that far away. Yeah, it's a whole different world.
There's just a lot of different factors kind of like play into that. Of course, like a lot of government workers just kind of like embedded into our society, the mentality, and then obviously a lot of like red tape on things.
Right.
Hard.
You were saying the companies have monopolized a lot of industries out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Like a big ones like phone plans and basically all the grocery stores. Like
Yeah. They do that here. I don't know if it's as bad, but like if there's a healthy food brand coming up, they'll get acquired by like an unhealthy one and then they'll change the ingredients real quick to make more money.
It's a similar idea. Yeah. It'd be like 5 grocery stores are owned by one company. So they just, kind of set.
That is the one downside of capitalism, I guess. You know, the big dogs are just going to eat. They'll buy out the up and comers and stay big. But I don't know if there's a better system, honestly.
Yeah. I don't know. The States are doing pretty good. You guys
we rebounded well from the COVID stuff. I don't know how you guys handled that stuff, but apparently we rebounded better than most countries in the US.
Yeah, Canada's had a hard time, that's for sure.
I remember you couldn't even fly in at one point.
Yeah, I left a lot during COVID just because like, yo, screw this. Like especially it was like during January and stuff. So
you were able to get out?
Yeah, well, I left right before it was like I could tell the second time they're shutting it down. I was like, hey, I'm not. It was January, so at that time of the year, my guys are just taking down the Christmas lights anyways, so I don't need to be around. So I went to Anguilla in the Caribbean.
Okay, that sounds fun.
Yeah, my mentor's from there, and funny enough, he's from Canada, built an asphalt company and sold it, and then moved down there.
How'd you meet him?
Social media. He reached out to me because he saw me creating content for driveway sealing, and he has a supply company now. So they supply seal coating stuff, and he said, hey, come down. I was like, say less.
I love that, and that's the power of social media right there.
Yeah, it's incredibly powerful.
That's how we met, you know, content posting daily. You never know who's going to see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got like big people coming up to me. They're like, yo, I've seen your videos. I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
That's cool.
Like it opens so many doors. Were you posting 9 years ago, like on social media, or were you doing it more behind the scenes?
My first 3 years, the only thing I was doing was door to door. Just while I was in university, I just didn't know, you know, but then as I was getting more and learning more, I was posting a lot of content for my company, PadPal. And that's how people found me to help them start and grow their businesses, was seeing the content that I was creating for homeowners, being like, hey, Ottawa, like come get your windows cleaned or stuff like that. So
love it.
It's what brought me and started, I guess, like I said, my life's purpose, Home Service University, was from just creating social media content.
It's powerful. Where can people find your social media and what else you got going on?
My social media, it's Adam R. Chap, CHAP, like Tracy Chapman, I would say people. And then you can go to we have a website, joinhomeserviceuniversity.com.
Perfect. We'll link below. Thanks for coming on, man.
Hey, thank you very much.
Check out his stuff, guys. Peace.